everybody! It's the second video by the Journey System, and I am Sue, your illustrious host. Now, the reason I am host is just because I've been out most of the time for like the last maybe 5 years, so everybody knows me more than the others. That's pretty much the only reason. I guess you can probably tell I'm a little more upbeat than the others typically. So I was the one who came out at the end of the last video, which is kind of funny considering I just said I'm more upbeat. But I've also had a lot of depression, and it took me a while to admit it was me. I was trying to blame it on our protector for a long time. But no, it was me, and that's why I was gone for a good many months, and because I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it when I found out that we have DID and that I'm an alter. It was very, very hard. One reason is because I'm about half the age of the body, and that is extremely depressing. I'm still very upset about it. I'm really not sure how to handle it either. I tried just like forcing myself to accept the age of the body. That did not work out very well at all. But, so yeah, that was me at the end of the last video that we were switching to. And who I was switching from, I think I know, because, that alter had a lot of the same, interest as another one. And generally, how we work as a system, it's a little different, probably different from what I can gather, is that it might take us a while to accept something. Like, for example, one of us decides not to be a Christian anymore. And then it just kind of goes down the line where each of us has to figure that out for ourselves. But for the most part, we end up agreeing with each other in the end. I know a lot of systems don't do that, but we typically have to work through it, so we might be a little behind the others, but we do end up catching up eventually. So what I think is the alter that did the job for us, who was very girly, is the same alter who is now not so girly, because they don't have to be. They're figuring out they don't have to be. I honestly think that being very girly and babyish was a survival mechanism. We had someone in our childhood that we acted very babyish and girlish with, and we also had someone in our adulthood that we acted that way with, and it was kind of, I believe, it was kind of one of the reactions to trauma. So you've probably heard of fight or flight. Well, there's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Fawn. I'm pretty sure that that is the one that Faraday decided to go with. So that's why she was really good at her job, because, you know, the customers liked her. But the reason why I think that was Faraday is that we have this dress that we bought when we lost the job. It was kind of a, okay, let's go shopping because we're depressed. And she picked out this dress. It's a black lace with, like, I'm trying to get it in the camera, sorry. These little things go on the shoulders. And it's like, it's extremely girly. There's a lower hem in the front, and then it's longer in the back. But yeah, I kept looking at this dress and I was like, why did we buy this? I would never wear, I have no desire to wear a dress ever. And neither do the others. I mean, honestly. So, actually they're straps. So look at that. Anyway, but we had, for some reason, been wanting to wear it lately. And I'm like, why? That's weird. It's because somebody was coming back. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that was Verity. And she just has kind of figured out, along with the rest of the system, that we are pretty much non-binary and trans-masc, and we don't have to be girly anymore. It's okay. And I actually have a message for her just in case. And this might, I don't know, look, I'm not an expert at all. I've been helped by energy healers, and I thought maybe I would share a little bit of how I try to heal our system, improve communication, and basically just take care of all of us, you know? So I wrote this down. So, to Ferdy or Ferdy, if you're in there, I will take care of you. You don't have to be a cute little baby girl anymore. And then you can be who you really are. And you will still be loved. You will still be cared for. And you will still be valued. And then I was going to do the Ho'oponopono prayer. You can Google that if you want. So, Verity, I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm sorry. I'm so, so sorry. I'm sorry you were hurt. I'm sorry for anyone who ever hurt you. I hope you can forgive me. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that is the Ho'oponopono prayer. That's it. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. Each are said 3 times. And typically you want to do it every day until you see some healing in that person. So basically, you know, there's been this big question for all of us whenever one of us fronts and we haven't been around for a while. And basically it's, who am I? And a lot of times we don't know. But I do know that I am a caregiver. And I really think we all are in our own ways. We're actually very similar in that way. But yeah, that is the one thing that I know really applies across the board, is that we are a caregiver. And that is our identity. And that is not something that everyone is. I know it's unique. So that's something we have. I'm going to pause the video because someone actually came out between Ferdy. It was, okay, so at the end of the last video, it was Ferdy, who used to be called Verity. And then it was me. And then we actually had another altar out for a couple of days. And so I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to read what that altar wrote down. So I'll be right back.